Hi class. I am going to share with you one more read aloud, and it is a book that is very, very special to me, and you'll see why right away. But I also wanted to say that hopefully your moms or dads have gotten an email from me that invites you to come to my lemonade stand this week. I would love to see you, and if you can't make it, maybe I could bring something to your house because I have something for everybody. So bug your moms and dads and say, Miss Paxson has to see me this week. Are we going to go have some lemonade with her, or should she come by our place? Okay. The book is called Priscilla Finds Where She Belongs, and it's by Mary Debrich-Chudzinski. And Mary Debrich-Chudzinski, the author, just so happens to be my mom. And this book is a true story. It's not full of pictures from cameras because they didn't have a picture for every page, but this is a true story about a real dog that happened to my family, my parents. And I wanted to show you the dedication page. If we were at Walnut Grove this week or the last week of school, we'd talk about the dedication page in books that you'll see. Hopefully you'll notice them. The author dedicates her work or the book that she wrote to somebody. This one says, see if I can show you while I'm reading it. This book is dedicated to my daughters, Joy and Annie, as well as my grandchildren, Taryn, True, and Julia. And to the dogs in my life, W.C. Sarge, Koa, and of course, Priscilla. You are all my inspiration. So Lauren wasn't born yet when she wrote this, so that's why her name isn't on there. True story. And after this, I will try to find a real picture of this dog, Priscilla, and send it to you. I remember running in the street. Cars were moving and honking at me. I didn't know where to go or how to get out of the road. I was scared and alone. I knew I needed help. All of a sudden, a car stopped and a man got out. He walked toward me and picked me up out of the road. His wife asked from the car, "What are you going to do with that dog?" He said, "I'm going to love her." With that said, I began a truly remarkable adventure for the whole month of December. So that's my dad, and this is a dog that they find in the road. As we got into the car, the man, Ron, at first just held me tightly. I was shaking all over and really afraid. His wife, Mary, was in the car, and their dog, a boxer named W.C. Ron said, "This little hound dog will be called Priscilla." We drove to their house, which wasn't far. Mary got me a bowl of water. I was really thirsty, and some dog food. I soon learned that W.C. loved to play and was very willing to share her food and toys. Both Ron and Mary, so Mary's my mom, both Ron and Mary were trying to help me find my home. They even drove around the neighborhoods close to where they had found me to see if anyone was searching for a lost dog. They felt that a family somewhere was missing me. No one knew me. No one had been looking for me. They took me to a place for lost dogs. It was called the Humane Society. I heard other dogs barking. The lady called me Priscilla, so I liked that. But I could tell by the way they were talking that I was going to stay at that place. I started to get that scary, all-alone feeling again. I remember Mary saying, "If this little beagle gets adopted to a new home, please call us and let us know. If she doesn't get adopted, will you please call us too?" The lady assured her that she would. I heard her say, "We'll take good care of Priscilla until we find her family or until she's adopted." One day passed. There were a lot of phone calls at the office and other dogs were coming and going. The people were friendly and played with me. I had plenty to eat. Then I heard the lady talking to Mary. Little Priscilla had a chip in her back, so we have found the owner, but the owner isn't able to care for the dog anymore. This meant that they had found who I belonged to, but those people were not keeping me. Imagine that. Then, to my surprise and relief, Ron and Mary came back into the Humane Society's office. It was so great to see them again. I ran up to them and immediately started licking them. They put a leash on me and took me back to their house. WC and I ran and played. I was happy. I wasn't afraid anymore. I found that I liked to be cuddled. I guess for a time I was being fostered. Ron and Mary were taking care of me until someone adopted me into their family. But I really felt like this was my family. Everyone in the neighborhood would stop to pet me when we were outside. Little kids, the guys across the street, the next door neighbors. Life was good. Before too long, Ron and Mary adopted me. I belonged to a family. Before I realized it, Christmas was upon us and the whole family came to our house for the celebration. Taryn and True took me outside on my leash. I must admit, I walked where I wanted to go, even across the street, but I only wanted to meet the neighbors and their dogs. Ron came to our rescue and said, "You all need to stay in our yard." We all played and played. What fun a family is. After Christmas, we were getting ready for a trip north. Mary kept saying, "We'll have the handoff in Tennessee." Handoff? What was that? On a bright morning in late December, Ron, Mary, WC, and I left on an almost 8-hour trip by car. When we arrived in the state of Tennessee, there was another man there to meet us. Jim was his name. He's Ron's brother. We checked into the hotel. WC and I played Catch Me If You Can while Ron and Jim went nearby to get hamburgers for dinner. WC and I ate our dog food in separate bowls. I just had a feeling about Jim. After my dish was cleaned, I went over to him and put my paws on his knee. With a huge smile on his face, he picked me up and cuddled me for a long time. I think I'm in love. We all spent the night in the hotel suite, and in the morning, after a quick breakfast, we headed for the cars. I was going home with Jim to Indiana. Ron, Mary, and WC were going back to their house in Florida. Now I understand. Ron and Mary had adopted me with Jim in mind. It didn't take too long to get to Indiana and my new home. Jim's 6 grandchildren were waiting at his house for us to arrive. Hallelujah. I was having so much fun with everyone. I didn't miss my Florida family at all. That was 4 months ago, and I'm still having a great time with my family. Jim has taken me to dog training classes, and I really try to listen and understand. Jim describes me as a very social puppy dog. Sometimes I have more fun playing with other dogs and their owners than cooperating in class, but I am participating and learning. I've been able to romp in the snow and go on long walks. I still race around the house pretending that I'm getting chased by WC, and there's plenty of rest time too. I even have my own pillow to snuggle. I keep everyone laughing. Jim and I take care of each other. I make sure he never feels scared or alone, and he does the same for me. I have found where I belong, and I still love to cuddle. That's the end. So you can tell why this book is very special to me. The characters are my family. My mom and dad are the main characters, and then my Uncle Jim, he's the one who ends up with the dog Priscilla. And Taryn and True are actually in the book. I hope you liked the pictures too. Thank you for listening. And again, tell moms and dads to check email. I'm hoping you get to come to my lemonade stand sometime this week so I can see everybody. Bye, guys.